good evening and welcome to Prime TV News. It's the first Wednesday of the second half of 2019. I'm Ishara Nautuna. Let's get started with your top stories for the day. The Premier says the government has taken a complete range of measures to improve the tourism sector. Hemasiri and Pujit will be remanded till the 9th of this month. People settled in government lands to get deeds. The Khatragama Asala festival commences today. Rahul Gandhi quits as India opposition leader. And now for your news in detail. First, the local news. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe states that the government has taken a complete array of measures to uplift country's tourism sector. He further noted that being named as the top tourist destination by the Lonely Planet publication is a great boon to the nation.
At the beginning of the year, the Lonely Planet magazine named Sri Lanka as the best destination to visit in the world. After the Easter bomb blast, we thought that we had lost this position. Tourists had left the country. But last week, Lonely Planet magazine has said that despite all the problems that Sri Lanka has faced with the Easter bomb blast, we still remain the best destination for tourists to visit, the best destination in the world. We must all feel proud. As they said, we came here and we were greeted with a friendly hello by the people. Everyone was friendly and they welcomed us everywhere. We did not see any problems. So this is the view of the Lonely Planet magazine. Therefore, I must tell you that the government is taking measures to help the tourist industry. We'll announce further measures. I would also like to thank all those in the tourist sector, big and small, who has helped to keep this industry going. I must thank members of the security forces who helped us from the 21st. When I first met them, they set about catching all those who were responsible. All are in custody. Within 2 months, they were able to succeed in this mission. So I want to tell you again that the tourism has a good future, and let us all get together and ensure that tourism succeeds in this country.
The trial against former Defence Secretary Hemasiri Fernando and IGP Pujit Jayasundara commenced at 11:30 a.m. today before the Colombo Chief Magistrate's Court. The Chief Magistrate ordered to remand the two suspects till the 9th of this month. The two suspects were not produced before they have admitted to hospitals due to poor health condition. The Attorney General had advised the acting IGP to apprehend Pujit Jayasundara and Hemasiri Fernando in connection with investigations being done on Easter Sunday attacks. Accordingly, the two suspects were arrested yesterday at hospitals. The trial commenced after detaining them at remand custody. President Maithripala Sirisena declared open the country's first ever museum of ancient technology and the library in Polonnaruwa.
The museum is one of the mega development projects launched recently and provides the ideal platform to study technologies used by ancient Sri Lankans. The objective of establishing this museum is to collect and preserve old technological equipment for the benefit of future generation and possesses every feature of the modern museum. Housed in a 3-story building, the museum provides valuable information on the technology used in Polonnaruwa era with exciting displays. The 4 compartments in the ground floor are dedicated to Polonnaruwa era, prehistorical technology methods, crockery and metal industry, and agricultural and irrigation technology. The first floor has compartments for construction, murals, models and wooden creations, apparel, nautical and mathematical technology methods. The floor also comprises an auditorium, an activity center, an innovation center and a souvenir outlet. The Innovation Centre displays 3D images of historical places such as Segire and Jetavana, and the facility is available to make virtual photographs of ancient places. There is also an auditorium with all modern features, a bookshop and a souvenir outlet. The importance of the souvenir available is that they are made with palmyra leaves. The library and the museum is a branch of the library at the National Museum in Colombo and offers the facility of lending books. The exhibits are being explained in all 3 languages and one has the opportunity to self-study too. The museum is a valuable information center for foreigners, students, university students as well as researchers. This landmark construction is a concept of President Sirisena under the Awakening Polonnaruwa program and was built at a cost of 900 million rupees. Following the unveiling of the plaque, President went on an inspection tour of the museum.
Minister Ranjit Madduma Bandara says the cabinet approval has been granted to provide land deeds to all the people who have settled in government-owned lands. Ranjit Madduma Bandara was speaking at the cabinet media briefing that was held at the Government Information Department today. He noted that former Prime Minister D.S. Senanayake was the first leader who ensured land rights of the people by passing a new law. Former Minister Gamanidhi Senanayake also took measures to provide Swarnabhumi land deeds to the people in rural areas. The current government has taken a decision to give land deeds to the people who have settled in state lands in the near future. The minister further said that the Southern Expressway was extended to Mathura under the present government. He pointed out that by September, the Southern Expressway that was extended to Mattala will be vested with the people. The CID today informed the courts that an investigation has been opened into a suspicious fund being held in a bank account belonging to the wife of former Minister Rishad Badiuddin.
The CID told the Colombo Chief Magistrates Court that investigations have begun in consequence to a complaint lodged by the Sri Lanka Central Bank. The CID requested the court to give an order to officials of the Colombo Stock Exchange to submit a report on Rishad Badiuddin's wife's involvement in the Colombo Stock Exchange. Accordingly, the Chief Magistrate gave the order to relevant officials. The CID also told the court that the wife of the former minister holds 2 passports registered under 2 addresses. Meanwhile, former chairman of the Litrogas company, Shalila Munasinghe, was permitted to travel abroad by the 4th Magistrates Court under strict bail conditions. Shalila Munasinghe has been accused of stealing $2,104 million from a Taiwan bank through a cyber attack. The court today allowed him to travel abroad on 210 million rupee bails to receive medical treatments.
The Court of Appeal today ordered to take up the writ petition that has been filed challenging the decision of the Commissioner of Prisons Department to implement the death penalty tomorrow. The 5-member bench of judges ordered to take up the case tomorrow for further examination. Attorney of the petitioner told the court that the petitioner has not challenged President's decree and instead Prisoner Commissioner's decision. The Attorney General filed a preliminary objection before the Court of Appeal, stating that the petitioner does not have any right to challenge a decision of the President. Journalist Malalisa Naviratna has filed the writ petition naming the Commissioner General of Prisons, the Superintendent of Valikara Prison and the Attorney General as the respondents. Isru Arunodana Kandala, student of St. Mary's College, Veyangoda, presented a book written by him to Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe at Temple Trees. The student had written the book on Horagola National Wildlife Park. The book that was sent to the competition organized by Google won the first place. Isru Arunodana Kandala is pursuing his education at grade 4 at the St. Mary's College, Veyangoda. Accordingly, he became the youngest environmental writer. The 6,500-word book has been translated into English by his father, Harshodaya Kandala. The Prime Minister exchanged views with parents of the student. Katragama Annual Asala Festival commences today. The ITN Media Network has taken steps to bring a comprehensive coverage on the Kathragama Asala Festival, the inaugural Perahara will parade tonight. Meanwhile, Hindu devotees who travel to the historical Kathragama Devalaya from the northern and eastern parts of the country on Padayatra reach the sacred place after a long journey. Making a long trek through hard terrain, the devotees attended the historical festival through Kumara National Park. Chairperson of the ITN, Tilaka Jayasundara, says that being the official sponsor for the annual Kathragama Asala Festival is a privilege to the organisation. She noted that Kathragama Festival has been a multicultural and multi-religious parley that brings people from all walks of life. The chairperson stated that the ITN has taken measures to telecast highlights of the festival from beginning to end. A new contingent of 61 army personnel, including 11 officers, under the face of the UN mission of South Sudan, left this morning for South Sudan. The Sri Lankan troops will serve at a South Sudan-based hospital equipped with necessary components for secondary care medical services. Several senior officers were at the airport to greet them this morning. The troops left the country by an Ethiopian flight. The Cabinet Ministers has given approval to appoint a Cabinet subcommittee to study the report of the Sectoral Oversight Committee on Education and Human Resource Development in connection with the Batticaloa Campus Private Limited. The chairman of the Sectoral Oversight Committee presented the report on the Batticaloa Campus Private Limited Institute to the Parliament recently. The report has been subjected to the Cabinet of Ministers and a subcommittee was appointed to study it accordingly. Minister of Education Akila Viraj Kariyavasam says better trainers were recruited during the current administration for the schools to improve sports activities. Akila Viraj Kariyavasam was speaking at a function held at the National Institute of Education, Maharagama. He further noted that the Ministry of Education sent a special circular to the schools making sports compulsory for the students. The Education Minister highlighted that his administration was able to recruit more than 3,800 trainers for the schools from sportsmen and women who performed excellently in games. He also highlighted that many changes in the Ministry of Education were done after a tiresome struggle. Minister Sajid Premadasa says the current government will never sign agreement with any entity that would lead to let down the country. Minister Sajid Premadasa was speaking at the embarking of several development projects at Buddhist temples in Anuradhapura. A range of development activities was commenced under the patronage of the minister at the Abhayagiriya, Thuparamaya and Mirsavatiya sacred places. The government spends 184 million rupees for the projects. The minister affirmed that he will be committed to protect the Buddha Sasana and the country when entering into agreements and pacts with either local or foreign parties. The police department has taken measures to recruit 2,000 Tamil and Muslim youths. The new recruitments will be made from the northern and eastern provinces. Interviews to recruit police constables and women police constables commenced today at the Police Superintendent's office at Vaunia. The police highlighted that the response of the youth to the initiative is overwhelming and many have attended the interviews enthusiastically. According to Assistant Superintendent of Police YGSP Nadua, both educational qualifications and physical fitness are tested during the interviews. A fire broken at the Attalapitiya Forest Reserve in Bandaravela has damaged a large chunk of the forest reserve. According to the Wildlife Conservation Department, that the fire had broken out last evening. The Alla police officers of the Disaster Management Unit, members of the Diatalava Army Camp and residents engaged in dousing the fire. Due to the current dry weather situation and strong winds, damage has been intensified. An officer attached to the Wildlife Conservation Department was admitted to the Diatalava Base Hospital as he received minor injuries due to the disaster. Rahul Gandhi. And now it's time for your business news. Cabinet of Ministers has approved a proposal to fix a cable car system in the Nuwara area. Accordingly, the new cable car system will be laid from Nanoya to Singletree Kanda and Gregory Lake. The project costs $50 million. The BOI will sign an MOU with an investor for the project. 21 pillars are to be installed to run 86 cars that can host 10 passengers each. And that's all we have for you today. Do join us again tomorrow at the same time. But till then, you can visit itnews.lk to be updated with the very latest. I'm Ishara now. Tunna, stay safe, stay blessed, and have a good night.